Let's get into the signs. Number one is responsiveness. You can tell you are very important and valuable to a man if he is responsive to you, to your texts, to your calls, to your contacts. Now, that doesn't mean he's going to reply straight away every time. A man, when you're very important and valuable to him, is going to explain himself. You see, if you are very important and valuable to a man, he doesn't want you to think that you are not. If that's the case for him, he doesn't want to give you mixed signals. He doesn't want you to get confused. So by looking at his responsiveness and by him making sure he's responsive, you can tell your status to him. And if he is responsive and he's consistent with that, then clearly you're very important and valuable to him. Number two sign you're important and valuable to him is that he doesn't react badly to your negative states. So sometimes we all have grumpy moods. Sometimes it's not our best day. Sometimes we're in states where we don't really want to put our current state of being on Instagram. But he doesn't run from that. And this isn't to say that you're allowed to be grumpy all the time or that you're in a depressed mood every single day. Obviously, that's not going to be attractive in the long term. But it is to say that you're human, you're going to have those days, you're going to have those times. And when you're very important and valuable to a man, he's not going to run from you in those times. He's not going to run from those experiences with you. He wants to be there through the good and the bad. So when you're very important and valuable to a man, you'll notice that he doesn't react badly to your negative moods. Number three sign you're important and very valuable to a man is that he doesn't react badly to your boundaries. So boundaries start getting tested early in a relationship. Usually one of the first boundaries you'll have with a man is if he tries to kiss you and you're not ready yet, or wants to take you to the bedroom and you're not ready yet. But there'll be plenty of other boundaries in contact, communication, the way you guys interact. Lots of little conflicts and boundaries will come up as you move forward in the relationship. So one of the big things you can look for is a man, when you set a boundary, how does he react? Does he react badly to those boundaries, especially the ones that aren't convenient for him? It's easy to hear someone's boundaries when they're convenient and when we agree with them. But if a boundary of yours is not convenient, or if a boundary of yours doesn't immediately gratify him, then how does he react? Boundaries are an expression of self. Your skin is literally the boundary between where you are and where you are not. That is your literal boundary. That is where you end. And so all of your boundaries are part of you. And so if someone isn't respecting your skin, then they're clearly not respecting you. And it applies to all other boundaries as well. If a man doesn't respect your boundaries, you might set a boundary with him and he says, oh, you're overthinking, or oh, that's wrong, or oh, you shouldn't want that, that's not you. He will undermine those boundaries and ultimately not respect them, maybe even gaslight you. But a man who hears your boundaries, respects them, acknowledges them, even when it's inconvenient or kind of annoying or uncomfortable for him, he still hears and respects them. That is a true sign he values you. Again, when your boundaries are being valued, you are being valued. Number four is he supports your hopes and your dreams. Your hopes and your dreams, what you want from life, are an extension of you, kind of like your boundaries. And so a man is going to value your hopes and your dreams if he values you. He's going to celebrate you when you achieve them. He's going to encourage you to go for them. And he's going to be happy that you have them, happy as you're on the journey to them. A man who doesn't value you, a man who you're not important to, he might cut them down. He's not going to acknowledge them. He's not going to show any interest in them. And he may even hold you back from achieving them. So if you want to know if you are important and very valuable to a man, look for the guy that's always in your corner. So number five is he talks about future plans with you. So very early in dating, it could be very simple. Hey, I want to take you to this restaurant. Hey, I want to show you this cool park. Hey, I want to take you to this cool museum or this cool place. Later on, he might talk about meeting family or going on trips with you. And further on after that, he's talking about getting engaged or what your kids are going to be like or how you're going to raise a family. Any sort of future projecting that's genuine, not love bombing, but genuine, shows that you are very important and valuable to a man. Number six is he's making effort to express himself more than he used to. So your man is probably never going to be quite as emotionally articulate as your girlfriends or even as emotionally aware as your girlfriends, but you notice as you get to know him more, he is opening up more to you. So maybe he's talking about a feeling, or maybe he's sharing a vulnerability, maybe he's talking about a time he was hurt, he's discussing an important value, maybe something relating to his family or his past that he wouldn't just tell anyone. Basically, as the process goes on of getting to know him, you're noticing more and more that he's able to share things with you that he wouldn't just share share with anyone. If he's putting that trust in you, then that's a clear sign that you are important and very valuable to him. And number 7, he shows up to difficult conversations. No one looks forward to sorting through relationship problems. No one looks forward to difficult compatibility conversations. No one looks forward to even working through conflicts where you know you guys have different values, but he does it anyway. It's one thing to not like it, but your actions determine your outcomes. If he doesn't like it, but he's still doing it, he's still pushing through discomfort to be with you, to have those difficult conversations, to work on the relationship, then clearly his toleration of discomfort shows that the greater goal, the greater outcome is important to him. And in this case, having these types of conversations, the greater goal and the greater outcome is an amazing relationship with you. Clearly, if a man is willing and able to suffer through that discomfort and work on the relationship, it is an absolute gem of a sign that you are very valuable and important to him. I'd love to know in the comments a sign that you felt from a man where you knew you were very important and valuable to him. Please pop it down in the comments. Hit the subscribe button with the little bell, and don't forget your free download link is in the description.